Sponsored by the Magnet Baron. Imperial Knights are a small army with a few big killy things, but with no sign of a 9th edition codex anytime soon, here's how you can best play them in 9th. It's a difficult army to compete with in 9th. Objective holding is easy, but multiple objective holding is challenging. Losing models really impacts the scoring ability. Going terrain doesn't offer anything. Bringing allies will cost CP, so it's best sticking with mono knight lists. And not as good against a minimal small unit style army because of their single target high damage output. Knights do have some cool abilities though. Titanic units count as 10 models on objective, other knights count as 5. If the whole army is knights, then armigers get objective secured. Another reason to go monolist. They natively fall back, shoot and charge, and you can move over other models that aren't vehicles and monsters, so you're not getting move blocked by infantry. They're actually a fast army with the big boys moving between 10 and 12 inches and armigers moving around 14. Some key strategies to playing them. Heirlooms of the Household pre-game strat is an absolutely essential one. You can make a knight a character and give him a relic for 1 CP. You can do the same for 2 for 3 CP. The relics are really great, so it's well worth it. And the key thing about making a knight a character is that you can heroically intervene, making its threat potential even bigger. Consider adding Agents of the Imperium to your detachments, as it won't break it. They don't even take up a battlefield role slot. You can add some great utility to your army, whether you want to bring a Psyker or deny enemy psychic powers or some other type of threat. Take them as a Mechanicus Household because that's probably the best one. You can heal 1 wound per turn, but particularly good it opens up the Machine Spirit Resurgence strat for 1 CP, which lets you fight as if you weren't damaged. You can also spend a CP to give a 5+ feel no pain against mortal wounds. Within Mechanicus, House Crast is probably the strongest. You can reroll melee hits on the first round, and since you can fall back, shoot and charge, you'll keep getting this. You have an excellent relic to increase damage of weapons, and a strat gives you exploding 6s in melee for 1 CP. Raven have their own supplements, so there are more options to pick from, so it's probably worth having a look there as well. FREEBLADES are worth having a mention after their buffs in Warzone Charadon book. Units get qualities and burdens, which is basically buffs and nerfs. On their own though, perhaps the trade of losing your household is a bit too steep, but the FREEBLADE army of renown is very interesting. All the models are FREEBLADES, which means you make the most out of the benefits, and is certainly a potential option to build your army, especially if you want to bring a lot of super heavies over armigers. There are 6 Warlord traits available, plus the ones for each house. Probably the best one is Iron Bulwark, which is a 4+ invuln against ranged attacks. There's a trait to generate mortal wounds on 6s with a weapon. And House Crass specific trait, reroll hits of 1 for the Warlord. There are 22 relics available and there's some really great ones. Some of them include a 4+ feel no pain on mortal wounds, 2+ armor save, 5+ invuln against melee, becoming obsec, +1 damage against high wounded units, and tons of weapon upgrades. In 9th with the Knights army, it's more about winning on the primaries and just getting what you can out of secondaries. Primaries are going to be pretty good as you've got a fast army. Big units will own the centre board objectives, and armigers are objective secured. For secondaries, you're kind of stuck for some of the options because you can't do any actions with big knights. Attrition is a good one, kill more, makes sense as you're a small durable army. While we stand we fight, keep 3 knights alive. The big knights will take a lot of fire, but there's a good chance they can survive. Perhaps you can go for engage on all fronts, since you've got fast durable units. And army dependent, you could choose bring it down. So if the enemy's got a lot of monsters and vehicles, you'll definitely be killing them. In terms of units, Gallants are cheap, but they are struggling in 9th a bit so far. Wardens, Errants, Crusaders, Paladins, Preceptors, all good, so you can take a couple. Castellan and Valiant are both great damage output. The Castellan seems to be played more often at the moment. And armigers are great for staying back on objectives and darting around. The best overall big knight at the moment is the Forgeable QUESTORIS MAGAERA. It's reasonably priced at 480 points. It's got particularly fantastic melee with 12 attacks, damage 3 claw. It ignores cover when shooting. It's got a 5+ invuln against melee, and with rotate iron shields, it takes it down to a 4+. The Forgeable Styrex is also pretty strong, as well as their armigers. So you're probably looking to take 3 big knights and then fill out your list with armigers and perhaps some Agents of the Imperium. Let me know how you play Imperial Knights, and see you again soon. Bye!